evening, everyone. Welcome to Joe Biden's America, where everything's made up and the facts don't matter. That's right, the facts are just like the sex offender list at CNN. I'm Toxic Male. That's Terrence Pop.
How you doing, you bastards?
Get your bike in, though, bro.
More craziness going on.
It's all about culture.
More craziness going on.
What else is new? This is life now. This is America. This is our country.
It's shameful but true.
It's out of control.
You think?
No wonder Styx Hexenhammer moved to the Netherlands. By the way, he had a little girl over the weekend.
Oh.
Congratulations to him.
Well, good for him. He moved over there for a piece of ass, obviously?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Allegedly. Not going to condemn it. It is what it is.
Well, you know.
Hey, those Dutch chicks, they can speak 4 different languages in the all-vowel opera hour.
Yes, they can.
It's good times.
But, I don't know. I didn't know he had a kid, so.
Yes.
Good for him.
It's good times.
And he's in for a boatload of pain.
That's parenthood for you.
Holy shit. Yep.
Shark Dancer's like, he had or his wife had? They had. It does require 2, at least to make it. And after the fun part, his job is actually done.
That's right.
For a little while.
Yep. He doesn't have to deal with the morning sickness.
Stuff the bun in the oven and then sit back for 9 months with a beer and wait.
Well, yeah. There is a lot of please get this on your way home. In the middle of the night, I really need this. Can you go get it?
Can you get me some pistachio ice cream with dill pickles, hot fudge, and sardines? What is that for? I'm going to mix it all together.
I never had gotten any weird requests like that. And there's a couple of, half of a Subway sandwich and I think, what was it? Pralines in cream, 31 flavor ice cream. It could only be 31 flavors?
Of course.
You couldn't get it anywhere else?
Oh, never.
It's not the same! Oh, my God!
Jump aboard Noah's Ark because the flood of tears is going to commence.
It's not the same. Will you just turn off the leaky eye holes and shut the fuck up?
Speaking of leaky eye holes, we are going to be responding to a phenomenal piece of hate mail from a person as part of the manual transmission community. But that is going to be much later on New Tech. So if you've never followed us over there yet, you might want to tonight.
Now, I get a lot of hate mail. Most of it's from women.
And most of it's the same.
And it's like the same stuff.
You can't get laid. Who hurt you? You get a small penis.
And you corrected me earlier because I thought that was my first trans.
You forgot about Gabe.
Yeah, there was another. That's the second one.
Yes. Gabe, Gabriel, Gabrielle.
But I don't think I responded to him, though, did I?
Oh, yeah, we did. We responded on the air.
On the air?
Yeah. But this is the first one where we're actually going to go through, and because it's so egregious, we're going to dissect the hate mail piece by piece. And we have a litany of sources to back up everything we're going to be saying. All of it's available on Redonkulas.com. It's there right now if you want to check it out and read along.
Yeah. Listen, I never thought I would live long enough to become the villain for simply speaking the truth.
No one should ever become the villain simply for speaking the truth. And yet, here we are.
Here we are.
When you have, the mind of a leftoid, and somebody was actually nice enough to share this with us on Locals. Check this out.
Yep.
These things cannot all possibly exist in the same brain, and yet here they are. If you can't read it, I'll read it for you. I've got COVID again. Masks work. Trust the science. Women don't exist. Ukraine. Get boosted now. There's a climate emergency. My government loves me. Freedom is selfish. Heart attacks are normal. Yay, abortion. Everything's Putin's fault. I hate myself.
That sounds about right.
It's pretty good, yeah. I would say that's right. Dead on balls accurate. It's an industry term.
Yeah, and everything's Putin's fault.
Yeah, it's all Putin.
Get the fuck out.
They're blaming him for the inflation numbers.
Yeah, that is stupid.
Yeah, just completely disregard the entire last year and some change. In fact, all of that was Putin's fault, too.
Well,
evil Russia. Wait.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure the conflict in Ukraine isn't helping, but we were well on our way to having a runaway inflation train long before the first shot was ever fucking fired.
No, that's not true, Pop. They can just print more money.
Yeah, listen, you don't shut down You don't shut down an economy the size of ours for 2 fucking years and then expect it's just going to start up and start running like a finely oiled machine. No, it's not.
And while that economy is shut down, you're printing money hand over fist and handing out stimulus packages, which is really just like a fraction of what's really amounting to pork barrel spending, circle jerking, greasing the wheels, bribery, all the above.
And they listen, and the Republicans are just as guilty as this.
Oh, they're cowards.
They gave away our money to people that didn't earn it, didn't deserve it, and shouldn't have gotten it. And they're getting away with it scot-free. They're traitors.
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
they are.
When you leave a pallet of money on an airstrip for God and whoever, flew off with it, that's a problem.
Just a bit.
Yeah, and, if anything is Russia's fault, what about all that uranium they purchased from Hillary?
No, that's a conspiracy theory, Pop.
No, it's not. The minute they came out of office, right? Like they literally were. I mean, they were just their fund was blowing up. They were charging people, in indirect ways to get access to people in the government, and I'm pretty sure other individuals in our government saw this as an example, and human nature is human nature. They're getting their beak wet. Why can't I get mine?
Yep.
Because power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Bingo. Mm-hmm. Bango. Oh, man. And it's definitely corrupted the leftoids over at Twatter. I'm sure everybody already knows about this, so we're just going to hit on it briefly.
Oh, my God.
Touch on some of the highlights. This is gorgeous.
Well, I used to be an investment banker, so I know a little bit about what he's doing.
Yeah. Elon Musk makes best and final offer to buy Twatter. Says the company isn't serving its free speech imperative. No.
Yeah, didn't he offer like 54.20?
Something like that. Yeah, there's a 420 in the offer.
Yeah, you want to have the 420 in there.
I mean, it's not like you know anything about that or anything.
I don't smoke it.
Mary Jane, do you want?
I just eat the gummies because I need sleep.
This is hilarious. I love the gifs on here. He says, flat out, I now realize the company will neither thrive nor serve this societal imperative in its current form. Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. Amen.
Okay, but now what's going to happen here? All right. There are several ways you can do the hostile takeover. First way is he offered them $54.20 per share, which is, I believe, a pretty decent premium to where the stock price is today.
Yes, a total value of $43 billion for the company.
Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, he offered them a premium to sell their stock now. Now, what the board said is no, it's worth more than that.
Which it's not.
Absolutely correct. It is not. You cannot make those statements unless you can back them up with the stock price, which they're not.
They're backing it up with a prior stock price. Bloomberg says, citing one analyst, says the company hit $70 a share less than a year ago. Well, a lot's happened in that year.
But the thing is, if you go listen, this is opening the can of whoop ass. That's the only thing I can say. I mean, the lawsuits are going to fly because this is what's going to happen. So he made an offer to buy all the stock, and the board said no. Okay. That offer is going to have a certain amount of time on it before it expires.
Yes.
If the board doesn't take it, you have all of these stockholders out there are like, wait a minute, I could have made money on this deal, and because you guys are living in fantasy land, no. Everyone on that board can get sued for insane amount of fucking money. Okay, that's the beauty of having a publicly traded company. Is if the board goes off the rails and runs the company into the fucking mush, the shareholders could fucking sue the shit out of them.
And I hope they do.
That's number one. Number two, if that offer expires, all he's got to do is sell his stock it will fucking plummet. And then he could buy it when it's even cheaper.
Exactly.
And he can do that 2 or 3 times. It's called churn and burn. He can it's at what, $30 something?
I don't know.
If he sells his shares that he has right now, it's going to tank the price even more. And then everyone and their mother is like, holy fuck. And it's going to cause a run.
Yep.
And I can envision Twitter stock going down like $10, maybe between $8 and $10. And then he comes back and buys it for even less.
Yep.
And then the stock price will increase. And he's made his money back in spades.
And he can do it over
and over again
until there's nothing left, essentially.
Well, the reason he can do it over and over again is because he turned down the position to the board.
Yep. Because he came in there specifically to assist them with free speech, essentially. And they said, well, we'll give you a seat on the board, but you have to play nice. And you can't buy more than 14.9% of the stock. He's like, oh, okay. No.
Because you figure all he's got to do is run the price down. And he could pick it up for like literally 20% of what he already has invested if he crushes the stock. And let's face it, Twitter is not making money.
Nope.
They are not growing anymore. They have literally cut their own throat by creating their own competition, just like YouTube is doing as we speak.
Exactly. Yeah, YouTube, Facebook, all of them creating their own competition. All they had to do was just leave things alone.
Or do what they said they were going to fucking do.
Which is be a platform and not a publisher.
A platform. And they sold this like hey, look, it's like a soapbox in the public square. Yeah. Anyone can put one up and speak.
Everyone gets a voice. Oh, except you and you and you and you and you. Oh, if you have an R after your name, gone.
Now, granted, all right, if you're out there trying to cause direct violence, I'm talking like telling people to pick up weapons and go do fucked up shit.
Well, okay, that's illegal.
That's one. It's illegal, and I understand that. But if you're like, hey, this needs to change. We need to go through whatever routes need to be done, political, whatever, protest, and they're shutting you down because they're saying it's violence. They're out of their fucking mind.
Well, I mean, it's the left. They think everything is violence. Except actual violence.
But the thing you have here, though, is you have this guy's a billionaire. He's a billionaire for a reason. He didn't inherit that money.
Oh, he didn't trip over it and stumble into a big pile of Bitcoin.
Like literally, he built that wealth because he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Not according to the Leftoids. You want to read the tweets?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, this is too funny. I'm frightened by the impact on society and politics if Elon Musk acquires Twitter. He seems to believe that on social media anything goes. That's called freedom of speech. For democracy to survive, we need more content moderation, not less. Content moderation is a lot of syllables for censorship.
Yeah, that means you want to destroy the Constitution and turn everyone into penniless bitchers.
Beth Bowman knocked it out of the park right here. For our republic to survive, we need Silicon Valley elites deciding what's acceptable and what's not. Fixed it for you.
That's not, no. First of all, having these billion-dollar companies trying to tell you what's good for you, they need to go to hell.
Yeah.
Listen, nobody knows what's good for you except fucking you. Yeah. And maybe some individuals in your inner circle, those 6 people that you keep around you, they influence pretty much every facet of your life. If they're not in that sphere, fuck them.
Yeah.
They don't have your best interest at heart.
And the last thing coastal elites that essentially live in their own echo chamber bubbles should be doing is insisting that the rest of the country model itself after their bullshit. Because trust me, no one wants to have an app on their phone so they can see where all the human feces is littering the sidewalk. Oh, and needles too. There's always that.
No, this is the ultimate goal. This is what the left wants. Go on YouTube and listen for the howling of Singapore, where they have millions of people locked in their
Well,
buildings.
it's Shanghai, not Singapore.
Shanghai, sorry. And they're starving these people to fucking death, and there ain't fuck all they can do.
And yet, we're still standing with Ukraine, where there's literal neo-Nazis. You know, we're going to punch the people that we think are Nazis, but we're not going to... We're going to go and hug the actual ones over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around that in the Ukraine, the whole Nazi thing.
Yeah. Why is no one standing with Shanghai? Why? Because no one told them to.
Yep.
Because they're sheep.
And that's what they want here in America.
Yep.
They want to have the social credit score. So guess what? If you fall out of favor, you can't spend your money, you can't feed your kids, you lose your job. It's the equivalent of being killed in everything except dying.
Yep. Next tweet from Pam Keith Esquire.
I don't even know who this is.
I don't either. Dear Elon, fuck off. Your ego is way bigger than your judgment, and your money doesn't make you a decent leader of a damn thing, except his multi-billion-dollar company. You run a racist company. Oh, shut up.
Hang on a minute. If she can't prove this,
He can sue her.
he can sue the shit out of her for that.
I will
Because
never let my
that word
words rise.
racist in today's day and age has very, very negative repercussions.
A little bit. And I will never let my words drive your bottom line. I'll be doing all I can to convince liberals not to butt your shit. You know, for an attorney, you really should spell check. I haven't seen Democrats this pissed off about an African American owning something since they formed the Klan.
Whoa! Because, dude, that was like on par right there. Because he's technically from South Africa.
A little bit.
That makes him an African American.
African American gentleman, please.
I'm just saying.
And as if to prove his point, Twitter punishes libs of TikTok for daring to expose radical leftism. Why did they ban it? Because, you know, it violates the community service. It's hate speech. All they do is repost leftoids in their own words. That's it.
Yep.
And there's a really great
go
one
up to
here.
the picture at the top here.
Okay.
All right, we're talking about Hulk Hogan hair or
But poisonous frog here.
the Hulk hair. Yeah.
You wouldn't like her
First
when
of all,
she's angry.
if you're dealing with anybody whose hair is that color and you're signing contracts or anything that requires any type of agreement, run.
Yeah.
Run a fucking away. They don't have any honor, dignity, or self-respect.
Mm-hmm.
So just leave.
And this video right here leads us perfectly into our first subject of the night. Oh boy. Well, actually technically be our second subject, but it's our first main subject of the night.
Uh-huh.
Get ready for this.
I'm giving this dude one last chance to get the fucking point.
The caption, if you can't read it, says, teachers have no business teaching kids about sexual orientation and gender identity at this age. That's the parents' problem. 1,000% true.
It's not even a problem. It's their duty.
It's their duty, exactly. But listen to this stupid biatcha.
We don't like this. My
Yes, we
community
do.
specifically does not like this. You want to know why personally I don't like this? Because
No one cares.
when it's the parents' problem, that's how you get homophobic kids.
All right, hang on.
No, it's
Hang on.
their duty, not problem.
Well, the thing is what we're seeing here in this video is Playbook 101 for the left, blame and
Yep,
shame.
blame and
They're
shame.
trying to shame you
You're
into-
encouraging hate.
Yeah, to not even talk or think about this so they can literally outmaneuver you
Yeah.
and basically groom your kids.
I mean, the left used to understand that you're not supposed to weaponize hate to fight hate.
Now, you think the left would have learned by now you don't
You
fuck
would-
with people's kids.
You would think.
That's how you get kids like me with internalized homophobia until they're like 18 or 19 because they finally started going to fucking therapy.
You probably needed to go to therapy for a whole litany of other reasons.
Well, she's younger than 30, so there's a 35.
Or she's got a filter on. Who knows?
Well, no, oh yeah. but-
She could already be drying up. I think I can hear Rice Krispies and milk.
Yeah. Well, you kind of got me on that one.
It sounds like somebody crinkling up a cellophane wrapper after a Snickers bar.
It sounds like glory.
You forgot the hole, which is where she spends a lot of time.
Yeah.
If my parents had their way, I wouldn't know shit about the gay community
And we would all be much happier for it.
or my own legitimate sexual identity. I came out to them when
There
I
we
was
go.
16. You want to know what they told me? They told me I was going to unalive myself because of this. I was an already depressed teenager. So when you say it's the parents' problem, understand that the parents are not going to make the best decision.
Stand by.
Wow.
All right. So
Obviously, your parents didn't make the best decision. You want an abortion.
now, first of all, if you have kids, it is your responsibility to prepare them for the real world.
Yep.
The real world, are there gays in there? Yes. The real world, 6% of the population. Half of 1% is the trans community.
Manual transmissions.
They're all confused poles with holes, whatever. They have to prepare you for that. So her parents probably spent 95% of their fucking time trying to prepare them for 95% of the problems they're going to encounter on a regular basis. And they left this off, and they're like, listen, they'll probably figure it on their own. That's the way it is. And quite frankly, if you have two parents that love you in this world, you are a rich person.
That is the true privilege. When you look at the actual facts and statistics, that the left will try to convince you is systemic racism, it's really two-parent privilege.
And here she is. She's been so fucking brainwashed. She's now bad-mouthing her parents, who probably went through hoops of fire for her
Yep.
to become a fucking adult.
And why? So she could be featured alongside wonderful pictures like this dumb piece of shit here saying abortion is healthcare. It's not. And also traumatic, so if you have one, please gather all your closest friends after to celebrate. Be around endless love and happiness for your decision. You know, there's a real good way to celebrate endless love and happiness. It's called having a fucking child with a man that you respect instead of going around to the glory hole and letting every dude with a six-pack and a smile raw dog your stupid ass.
All right.
And then you wouldn't have to have a cake that said it's aborted.
All right. Here's a side note here. About a year and a half ago, I ran into a friend who is, I think she still is, the best friend to a girl I dated when I was in college.
Oh, boy.
I went out with her I dated this woman for like three and a half years. And, we did a little catching up. And I never liked her anyway. But she had totally turned into Miss Piggy. She has no curves left. So I'm like, so how are your kids? And she's just like, well, I never had any kids. And I didn't miss a beat. And I looked her in the eye and I said, well, chlamydia and abortion tend to have that effect. And you could just see, like I literally, my words reached into her soul, turned her head upside down, and was slamming her head on the toilet as I was giving her the reality flushie. Because this woman was a cock whore. She'd probably 4 or 5 abortions that I know
Ouch.
of. And that was way back in college. So she probably caught, some type of VVD thing that shut down her waxworks.
I mean, when your shit has been scraped out so much, it looks like an undisturbed rock garden.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
Listen, there's going to be a whole lot of women who are going to get in their 50s who've had a couple of these procedures done, and they're going to hate their lives because they're going to be like, could have had kids.
Yeah.
And I killed them.
Yep.
Wow.
Emotional damage. We're going to have to get that soundbite on the board, man.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
I got plenty of these, though. Because, Fat Punisher.
Yeah.
It's all good. Oh, shit. So, let me ask, what happens when you let somebody with feelings like that run amok and actually start to vote for policy in the Western world, Pop?
It's going to turn into a shit show. Basically, they won't be happy until the world looks like downtown Baltimore, Detroit.
Well, if what we're seeing in Bristol, England is any indication, it's coming here pretty soon, and this is going to make you sick. A family sex show targeted at families with kids as young as 5 will feature adults disrobing live on stage in front of children.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. They want parents to come with their little kids to learn all about sex, porn, masturbation, etc. They also advertise there will be full nudity.
For kids.
But we're totally not trying to groom your kids.
That's exactly what they're fucking
But if you
doing.
say that we are, how dare you not let us groom your kids?
That's exactly what's going on
What
here.
the fuck?
Yeah. This is insane.
I mean, I know there's a whole lot of, migrants over there of a particular persuasion that think boys are for practice and girls are for breeding.
Yep.
Stunning and brave religion of peace.
That's never had
So
peace.
maybe they're trying to kowtow to them, but this is reprehensible. And something like it has already happened here, if you remember. We're all familiar with Drag Queen Story Hour.
Here we go.
Yeah, but these people they just want to talk to kids, right? They're not oh, shit.
Here we go.
Library admits registered sex offender participated in drag queen story time. Oops. Well, I bet that's only the only time that's ever. Oh, fuck. Second child sex offender unmasked.
All right, first of all,
Story time.
for them to actually
Oh,
make a mistake like this is monumentally stupid. In
Yeah.
fact, I think it was done on purpose.
probably was.
Listen, all of these people, if you've been convicted of this stuff, you're in a database.
Yep.
All you got to do is put their name in, and there you go.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And people of a certain persuasion, loose gay, butt twerking queers, are responsible for the vast majority of, what Joe Biden would call a good sniff.
Yep.
Yeah, the Fresh Prince of Smell hair. Yeah. It is the overwhelming majority.
Mm-hmm.
And they have gone out of their way to try to say, well, that's just a stigma. No. Facts are facts. And I'm sick and tired of people trying to take facts and throw them out.
That's right. I mean, listen, man. We have destroyed our religion of every type in the Western world. And we are trying to replace it with the government. And the government right now is kowtowing to the left. So now you have these crazy, insane individuals running the asylum.
Yep.
And they have the power of fucking nuclear warheads behind them. This needs to be fucking
Just
changed
what we need.
ASAP.
We gave a dude who can't even remember who his wife is control of the nuclear football.
He can't even wipe his ass or walk upstairs. Yeah.
My butt's been wiped. That's
Unbelievable.
horrifying. What the shit? And look at this here from the advertising. There is nakedness, yes. At one point in the show, everyone on stage takes their clothes off to the level they feel comfortable to. For some people, that's taking off all their clothes and being completely naked. For others, that means taking off bottoms but leaving underwear on. For others, it's not taking off anything at all. Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sure. If you're willing to do this in front of children in any state of undress.
Unless you're on a
You're a
nudist
problem.
beach. If you're on a nudist beach, okay.
Well, if you're a parent taking your kid to a nudist beach, you got other problems. I'm just saying.
And those same parents who take their kids to this thing are even more troubled.
Yep. Oh, and I'm not even going to show videos from the drag queen story hour
This
stuff.
video
That's
is
just-
private.
Oh, I can't do it.
I don't want to see it either. I'm good.
But I was saying earlier, I should say, but yeah, that's pretty good there. Yeah. Remember I was saying earlier about how we're just taking facts and throwing them out. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
It's facts. Facts don't mean anything anymore.
Unless it's part of the
Yeah.
certified science.
Yes.
the
And
fuck
unless
outta here.
your facts make oppressed minorities or marginalized peoples feel good about themselves, they're no longer facts. They're white supreme pizza, apparently.
Well, everything is white supreme pizza because they want you to shut up.
I would take a white supreme pizza with extra pepperoni and cheese, personally.
Yep.
Transgender teacher tells kindergartners that doctors make an incorrect guess on baby's gender when they're born. Now keep in mind, These are the same people who for the last 2 years said that people like you and me were ignoring the science if we questioned any doctor.
Correct.
Now this guy, well, actually, woman, is questioning all doctors. But they're never going to be held to task for this.
Well, the thing is, it's like when the kid is born, you either have one set of equipment or another. And there are cases where both of it shows up at the same time, but that's exceedingly rare.
Yeah. More people are born without arms than are born actually intersex.
Correct.
This is what happens when you tell the schizophrenic that the aliens in the microwave are real.
Yep.
And then you wonder why they wind up microwaving their own heads.
Or no. They want to microwave your head so you can see them too.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
Oh, wait.
Come over here. I know you don't believe me now. Put the glasses on!
Yeah. I said ma'am! Ma'am!
It is ma'am. It is ma'am.
Yeah.
Macho ma'am.
Listen, this is insane. And it's absolutely insulting that normal people are being, basically they're trying to control you to participate in this mass delusion.
Yeah. And this person, shamefully, is a kindergarten teacher. Where? Massachusetts. Why am I not surprised? They're always in leftoid shitholes.
Listen, man.
I mean, the last good thing that came out of Boston was Cheers.
If I had young children, I would walk them into kindergarten and I would look at all the teachers. If any of them were nutso like that, I'm like, you're not going to school here.
Yeah, we're done. I'm going to teach you at home, kiddo.
We are done.
This is why homeschooling is on the rise, ladies and germs.
Yep.
And I guarantee you that is not what they anticipated when they locked this country down for almost 2 years.
Well, the thing is,
they thought everybody was just going to become completely dependent on the government. What they did on accident was they reinforced the family unit and encouraged more women to stay home to teach their children. They didn't expect that. And now they're trying to walk it back while still pushing forward because they want to gain back all that lost time under evil Orange Man.
Correct. Listen, all I can say is this. There are two sexes and there are two genders. And you can have a case for bi, gay, whatever. That's basically a mechanism built by Mother Nature to control population, in my opinion. That's it. That's all there is.
Yeah. It is what it is. You can't magically make it. Your feelings are not going to override millennia of biology.
Listen, your feelings don't override anything that has to do with reality.
No.
Just ask the thousands of people who took PCP and believed to their core they could fly, and they threw themselves off of buildings and they died.
Yeah.
Because gravity always fucking works. It never changes, just like facts.
Yep.
But feelings do.
Feelings change all the time. So I'm going to make sure that I put this up here again. If you guys haven't seen it before, you're going to see it now. Just so we're clear, gender looks like this, not like this.
It's absolutely correct. And you know what? You should challenge these people who come up with all these weird different identities or genders. Let's go, okay, well, how do you express that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That sounds like you're gay.
Yeah. Gender expression exists on a spectrum. You got men with short hair, you got men with long hair, you got men with no hair at all. Women, you got women with short hair, long hair, and you got Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah.
Just saying. Like, it runs the gamut. People dress differently. You got tomboys, you got effeminate males, metrosexuals, they used to call them, what have you. You don't magically become a new gender because you like wearing a chain on your wallet.
That's right.
That's not how that works.
No, I mean, that's how they think it works because they want to judge everything on feelings.
Yeah, and it's not dehumanizing to point that out. It's dehumanizing when you scream at the top of your lungs that people like Pop and I can't have an opinion because we're white men, and yet insist that you're oppressed because you chose to be a white man. Okay?
Wow.
If you can choose your gender, gender-based oppression doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
Pure and simple.
That's right.
They can't justify, they can't rectify the logic in their heads, which is why they have to point a gun to your head under threat of censorship.
He said Rector. Phi.
Rector Phi.
That'd be a good name.
Rectal Phi.
My name is Phi. Rector.
I'm going to rectal Phi it. How you doing? Our culture is so fucked, man. So to this teacher, this is an actual kindergarten teacher. I'm just going to play this video. This was sent to us. This is really fucking hilarious, and I know that it's going to trigger especially Gabe and his wonderful, manual transmission friends if they're watching right now. But enjoy this. This is the Sex Offender Shuffle.
It is your right to know the names and likenesses of sex offenders living in your area. As a public service, we have created this videotape so that you and your friends and family can stay aware. Enjoy.
Hunter Bill Clinton.
The state of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. We're moving into your neighborhood. You know we're trying our best to be functioning members of society. We're not here to start no trouble. We're legally required to do the sex offender shuffle.
I'm number one, apologizing for what I've done. In case you were wondering what that was, I snuck into a bathroom and I didn't eat no truffles. I'm just here to do the sex offender shuffle.
I'll refrain from touching my neighbor's kids again. What I did was not too kind, but I'm a nice guy, you'll come to find. I've got a backyard and a real nice pool. Y'all should come over for a barbecue. We can make some cold drinks in my blender, but do
This
keep
is
in
the
mind
most
that I'm a
coherent
sex
he's been
offender.
in like years.
Girls can do it
Oh,
too.
no!
And by it, I mean touch your cousin. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. You won't find me in your child's playset because I gotta wear this ankle bracelet. I'm not here to go on a bender. I'm here because I'm a sex offender.
Okay, real quick, I'm not like these people. Okay, this is an extortion plot by my ex-wife, who's the only witness, and she's trying to take away my kids. And I'm not here to pack my duffel. I'm just here to do the sex offender shuffle.
The state of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad,
Oh my
but
God.
now we're good. We're moving into your neighborhood.
Oh my
We're
God!
obliged to admit the crimes for which we were convicted. We're not
so
here to start no
demonetized.
trouble. We're legally required to do the sex offender
We're so
shuffle.
demonetized.
Oh, it could get worse.
Oh, God! Stop! God damn. Stop!
And that second one where you see her face in the front, it kind of looks like Bruce Campbell's girlfriend after she goes all nutso insane in the first Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing missing is that high-pitched, annoying fucking laugh.
I can't. I hate that. That was actually pretty good.
Yes, a lot of people in the chat were asking if it was Billy Von Baum. No, actually, this comes from C3P Meme. This is on knitter.plusthecat.org.
Dude, that video is going to be banned on all of YouTube, Twitter, all big tech. It won't be on Facebook.
The part with Hunter is so glorious.
Oh, my God,
It's so
yes.
choice.
Dude. Holy, because I remember I watched the beginning of that. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Oh!
And I'm like, well, that's way better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, it's good times, man.
And while we're at it, what's our roll call?
We're going to do a quick roll call here, and then we're going to do a sponsor break and get to your super chats. We got 78 currently watching us over on Twitch. D Live is sitting at 55. 817 on YouTube. 68 on Odyssey. 633 watching on Rumble. And 39 on MGTOW.tv. And there's a cat batting around a nice pair of tits on there, which is not a problem at all.
All right, cool.
Outstanding. All right, we're going to start with the new tech chats because that's just what we're going to do.
That's how we roll.
All right. Andreas Christian figured something out. Here on Odyssey, you have to pick a setting. If you let it be on auto during a live stream, you will get choppy stream that is a cross between an early 2000s cell phone and Can You Hear Me Now? At a barber who is on speed cutting the hair of 15 customers at once. Nice. Francois Lechatin. All right. Okay, it looks like he sent us another email here. Holy shit, dude.
That's a big one.
It is a big one. All right. Okay. I'm going to rip through this in my own voice. And then we'll do a quick sponsor break. Let me see here. Good evening, Mr. Papuense, Herr Kleiner. Looks like this one will have to be a two-parter, he says. Sorry about this, gentlemen. Second part is already written, but I think it'll be too much to unleash the whole thing on one episode. That is correct. This is a lot here. This time, here's the story of my second date with Miria. Oh, okay, so it's Miria, not Myria. Myria sounded like something that goes wrong after you raw dog it at the glory hole. As I promised you exactly 1 week ago.
Oh, no.
Now, this is the month of July 2009. Since our first date, which took place several weeks back, Miria and I have been exchanging text messages every now and then, at some point through this means of communication. I suggest to her that we can meet visit together Toronto's old Chinatown. She agrees, basically saying that Chinatown is pretty nice. I cannot believe what I see. I tell myself, well, I think she is very nice, agreeing to meet with me again, especially after our somewhat lackluster first date. Naturally, a few minutes in advance, I appear first on the spot that we agreed on. Miria comes in several minutes later. Sure, the weather is not only very nice, but quite warm. However, I cannot help but notice that she is dressed in a significantly sexier fashion than she was the first time. I wonder, did she really need to put on a dress with such a low-cut top to come and see me? Well, who do I think I am? No, that cannot be, especially for me. It's probably a good guess. Of course, I am far from being stupid enough to address this matter in any way, shape, or form with her. So off, Miria and I go, visiting Toronto's old Chinatown. On our way here and there, we look at Chinese shops, monuments, posters, banners, and writing. A little later, at some point, I stop and tell her that I would like to show her something that I'm carrying in my little backpack. It is a hard, 48-page letter-sized comic book strip, the way that European or French-Belgian comic book strip books usually are, entitled Les Trois Yeux des Gardiens du Tao, the original French version of The Three Eyes of the Guardians of the Tao, part of a Largo Winch series. Inside is a very clear and informative mentioning of the Wang Ling Guan, the general of the sky or of heaven. Either one could be the English for ciel here. And Zhen Wu, the god of the north. Those are the aforementioned guardians of the Tao. During our first date inside the Royal Ontario Museum, we had seen those guardians at the exhibit on the culture of all major Eastern countries, including China, of course, and I told Miria that I had heard about such characters or entities before, specifically in a comic strip book. The only small problem at this very moment is that as I'm leafing through the pages of said book, a little photograph about which I have totally forgotten
Totally.
appears all of a sudden.
Oh, no.
It is a picture of a short-hair tortoise-shell cat that is named Copine, the French either for girlfriend or for female friend, depending on the context, that has been with my family since she was born nearly 8 years prior. Upon seeing this picture appear so suddenly, Miria cannot refrain from letting out a very slight and brief chuckle. Yeah, as you can now, I suppose, tell, Miria could tell that I love cats. However, gentlemen, do not worry. Precisely because I love cats, I care about their well-being, and for this reason indeed, assuming that I'm allowed to have pets where I live, I would only have 2 cats at most, but no fewer than 2, both of the same sex, either so that they could keep each other company when I'm not home. Oh, and by the way, I like dogs too, in particular mid-size and large dogs. End of part 1 of the story. I feel like you just left me on a cliffhanger, man. So the picture falls out? To be continued. Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
All right, we're going to move on here. Looking forward to hearing the rest of that story. Quick sponsor break here for, of course, Thomas B. Fitzgerald's book, If the Slow Motion Collapse of This Country and Western Civilization as a Whole into a Marxist Police State Hasn't Taught You the Obvious, let Thomas Fitzgerald spell it out for you in his book, The Police Are Not Your Friends, A Guide to Police Interaction, Detainment, Arrest, and Trial. Because understanding your rights is how you get your white belt in administrative violence. It's available now on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. A link is in the Meat Gazer box. We have taken this book from being ranked in the thousands on Amazon. It is now ranked number 2 in its category.
All right.
Let's get it to number 1.
Let's do that.
Yes. I think books like that are going to become hot commodities in the near future.
Oh, and he's right. The police are not your friend.
No.
No.
They are under no obligation to protect you. And over the last couple of years, we have seen them enforce completely unconstitutional horse shit.
Yep.
So, tread carefully. Andreas Christian again. I talked to a normie family member, and she said, there are no female serial killers. It's all men. To which I responded, what about the average of 3 to 5 abortions per woman?
Wow.
Then my uncle started laughing his ass off, which made the normie very pissed off and stormed away.
Well, that's the way it goes. And listen, women do fucked up shit.
When you take abortion into account, women have got genocide trademarked.
But listen. There's no better serial killer out there than a white guy. We got the market cornered on that. And
That's not a good thing.
I'm a white guy.
That's not a good thing.
And
so we're clear.
I'm not bragging or anything, but shit. when you look at the numbers, we got him fucking beat. That's just the way it is.
What are you gonna do? That's freaking funny.
Totally true though.
Senior M and Dick Fitzwell. Blop, which apparently stands for Blake and Pop. Check your Redonkulas 12 email. Sent you something for all tech.
Oh no.
Not seeing it yet, so it hasn't come through yet. Not a big problem though. We'll take care of it later.
Let's do it.
Especially since we're going to new tech shortly after we finish these chats here. Because that's how we roll. Anything on Rumble? Yes. Wayward Scholar. Darn it! Why did you have to have that video about a sex offender shuffle? Made me laugh and pay you. My bad.
Dude, that's pretty fun.
That was genius.
I never watched the second half at home. I only watched part of the front. And
I wish I could take credit for it.
I was just like, oh, this is fucked up.
It's absolutely genius.
It is genius.
Ballistic Zero. I'm having to sponsor a guy today, and his name is Brandon. Let's go. Y'all thought I was going to say John Cena? Fuck that Chinese commie motherfucker in the vagina.
Woo! Okay, we're going to have to go with a big fuck off.
Yeah, that's how I feel about John Cena. Crazy Uncle with a few emails here. Went not back to back. Email with the Wango Tango. All right. Well, since this would have been a long email and Blake said I'm too long for the show, you'll have to wait for another time. Oh, you bastard.
All right.
But, hang on.
You saw that one.
I can leave you with this. Sex is like playing hearts. If you don't have a good partner, you better have a good hand.
Okay.
That's true.
That is true.
All right. Crazy Uncle says, I'm wondering if Pop feels the same on this. Even though I'm a member of the VFW, I don't think we should ever get involved in foreign wars unless a real ally is being attacked.
Well, listen, what we're seeing take place over in Europe right now is exactly... Well, it's not exactly, but very similar to what happened prior to World War I. And we saw how much of a clusterfuck that was.
Yeah.
And we are flirting with doing that again, except we have nuclear warheads.
That's no good.
Nope.
Yeah. But according to the New York Times, a nuclear war would probably cool off the planet and save us from climate disaster.
Yeah, it would. After
wow.
You'd probably lose 90% of the population of the Earth.
Yeah, you want to talk about being addicted to copium. Leftoids. Whew.
Listen, I know, well, I don't know for a fact, but my ESP is telling me we are going to see a nuclear warhead used in anger in our lifetimes. So that's probably in the next 25 to 30 years.
Well,
not for me.
Not for you. It would have to be within the next decade for you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
on the 65 and out plan.
I'm on the 65 and out plan.
Should get some pizza. Crazy Uncle dealt another flamboyant person today. It tried to shame me. When I called it a groomer, I could see the shame in its eyes. It works.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to do to us.
Yep.
I literally, whenever I hear the, well, you should do this and you should do that. If you're a real man, you believe this.
Yeah.
like shut the fuck up. It doesn't work anymore. It's like I grew up in a household with a mother that knew how to use the guilt bomb like a surgeon uses a scalpel. I am fucking immune to that now. It doesn't work on me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It is what it is.
It's totally true, though.
And what's hilarious is that the reason why when we say, okay, groomer, they get pissed is because it's true. The reason why the whole istophobe nonsense that they're constantly slinging out at people, the reason that doesn't work is because it's not true. And they just counted on people's fear of being labeled those things for the longest time, and it doesn't work anymore.
It's starting not to work.
They overspent it.
Yeah. They overspent it. That's right.
That's like Boy Cried Wolf.
How many times you going to write a bad check before you stop taking checks?
Exactly.
I got you.
JCar01. Good evening, gents. I got a good one for y'all. So you have to kill one, marry one, and fuck one. Choices are AOC, Hillary, and Kamala.
Oh, man, I hate playing these games.
So do I.
Hillary would definitely be the one that's getting hung. I mean, that's not even a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, fuck them all. And not in a good way.
It'd be better if they all got the rope. But, what do I know?
Well, they're all traitors, so.
Yep.
Not opinion as far as I'm concerned. It's fact. You throw this country under the bus and you say that we should be more like China. You're not.
Are you out of your?
You're not an
mind?
American anymore. You're out of your mind. Ugh. Son of a bitch. Damaster12. Question for Blake. Emailed to Redonkulas12@gmail. Might be better to save till alt tech. I'll take a look at it. I will preview it. Ooh. Well, it's a drawing. I mean, I can't show it
It's
out
a
there,
cartoon. We can't show it here, though.
Not to be that guy. But how do you square having an archive of asses for the running gag of beholding butts with its homophone conjunction with your wife? Does she not know about this motif? Do you blame it on Pop, or do you go all Spider-Man MP4? All right. I'm going to show you a little something. Okay?
Here we go.
My wife has a lot of cool points. Pop can attest to this.
Yes.
The other night, she was looking around on her phone and happened to stumble across an ad that included this photo. It's a chick all bent over with her ass hanging out, and she sent it to me, and she said, you should use this on the show.
All right.
Like, consider it done.
All right.
Fuck you, I do what I want on her. Nah. Do you have a you can look but don't touch agreement, or has she accepted that being a red-blooded man monkey necking is as impossible to purge from you as it is to breed their irredictable proclivity for lying out of women, but she takes solace in knowing that her big meaty mom butt is the only one you'll slap around like you're playing bongos? I do that, actually. And she's the only woman who gets to revel in your naked post-coital cutties and sappy, I love you. And he did send a collection of all-tech anime asses. That's a good one right
That's
there.
a good one there.
It's not so bad.
Little large.
No, my wife has a very realistic outlook on things. Like, she knows that as a man, I'm going to look, and,
Yeah.
we both do our deal. So,
Yep. Men look. That's just the way it is.
It is
Either
what it
we
is.
do the full monkey neck or we do the partial with just the
Yeah.
eyes.
that's why sunglasses are a really good thing by the swimming pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
My grandfather used to have those on, and he was a gawker.
Oh, yeah.
He hung out at the pool, and I remember I was like 8. I'm sitting next to him. I'm drinking this Coke, and he's like, "Hey, check this out. So, 5 minutes before 2, she's gonna get up and get in the pool." I'm like, "How do you know that? How do you know?"
Because I've been clocking her.
Every day, like clockwork. And like, she sure as shit, she gets up, ties the top end of her bikini, starts walking towards the pool. I'm like, "Grandpa, you're a genius." He looks at me and goes, "No, I'm just horny."
I love it.
Totally true.
That's outstanding. Yeah, Jeff Foxworthy had a joke once upon a time. So, I have got to get ready for bikini season. When he hears his wife say that, what he thinks of is buying new sunglasses. Genius.
Or when she says, "I need to get ready for bikini season," it means you're going on a diet. Because if the mother goes on a diet,
You're going
everyone
on a diet.
goes on a diet.
Everyone goes on a diet. Oh, it's so sad. But it's true.
True, though.
Bone Dust Crew. I had a long distance thing with a Dutch chick. She ghosted me around the time I adopted my first beagle of my own. And I went MGTOW immediately.
Okay.
Wrong with that. Silence do good. Hate mail from Woo Man. I didn't even know they could write.
That's funny.
Ouch. Darasum Koti with a $50 donation.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Pop, doing my best to hold strong and not have you take one off the counter / board.
I gotcha.
I raise my bottle, my mother of 56 years, whom I just buried yesterday. Ouch. Before
sorry,
you
bro.
say it, thank you. Everything that you and Blake have done for me and men over the years, I will drink to that. Wow. Yeah, losing a parent
Godspeed to her.
That's something you never get over, man.
Listen, like my mother's 76 and she's slowing down. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. My dad's been gone almost 20 years. I miss him every day. It's never. You get used to it, but you never get over it.
And listen, anyone who tells you anytime that one of the strings attached to your heart gets ripped out, and they're like, "Hey, you just got to get over it." That's not valid. You just need to learn to live with it.
Yeah.
You learn to live with it. You don't get over it.
Like when you had your kids taken away from you.
Oh God.
A part of your soul was murdered.
I was never the same.
No.
I never will be.
You learn to live without it, but you never stop missing it. It never stops hurting.
Correct.
But it's like anything else, like dudes especially. I mean, dudes, we'll get a hernia and be like, it doesn't hurt yet.
I'll be fine.
3 years later, it still doesn't hurt. I got time. And then one day they have that magical sneeze.
And you're going right to the
And then they're just sitting there like this in their chair at work like Ron Swanson. It's like, as long as I don't move my arms or my neck, I'm totally fine. I got this. Can somebody throw a burger in my mouth?
Yeah, you're totally true, though.
Yeah, it is.
I've been asked that before. What is the worst pain they've ever felt? And I'm like, it's emotional pain.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Absolutely. Richard Butt. I feel like I should throw up one of these. Hang on. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Take a moment and linger on that one for a second. Okay.
Goodness,
Great to catch you guys. Great to catch you guys live again. He donated $6.66, by the way. Also, Blake 666 is the number of the sun in numerology. I actually didn't know that. Thank you guys for all that you do. Have a great night. You as well, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Brother Seek, hashtag Siempre Bino. Question. If Jack Murphy moved out of his current abode, what would he take with him? Answer. Everything but the kitchen zinc.
All right. All right.
He'd have to bring his collection of glory holes with him so that his bulls could find their way home. Lord Yin with a $20 donation. Thank you very much, good sir. Evening, gents. I just heard good news in the state of Georgia, where I live. We're getting constitutional carry. Yes! As we are no longer required to have a permit for concealed carry, the leftists are screaming bloody murder. Yep. And what was that stupid tub of lard Stacey Abrams still thinks that she can run again and win for governor of Georgia?
Let's hope not.
But, by the way, Georgia totally flipped for Biden in the last election.
Of course they did, yeah.
81 million scoops of ice cream.
Yeah.
Butt's been wiped, all that fun stuff. Oh, by the way, Joe, how do you feel about that?
There you go. I love them. I used to hate the blue screen of death.
Everyone hates the blue screen of death.
Oh, my God.
Blue screen Biden.
Yeah.
This is why we're the laughing stock of the world. Cliff3188, the only places that I'll meet groomers is when they are at the gallows, under a suspended blade or kneeling before an open grave preceding a loud pop. Not to be confused with pop.
Gotcha.
I can concur with that. There is a special place in hell reserved for pederasts.
Yeah. Listen, man.
Especially those who try to do it under the guise of being moral.
Oh, my, like that professor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think evolutionary. Like, okay, there's no evolution when you're diddling kids.
Nope.
Because you can't procreate with them. It's literally for your own narcissistic enjoyment.
And for, like, females, it's damaging if it's done too young.
It's damaging to anybody. Men especially.
Yeah? Oh.
I have known women who, have had problems when they were younger, actually got therapy and turned out okay. They're not perfect, but they're okay. Boys who are diddled at that age are wrecks for the rest of their lives, 99% of the time. And it's because we're told to nut up and shut up and you're a man, don't cry, deal with it.
Yeah, I got you.
No matter how young we are.
It's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. But, we have all that privilege and everything. It totally makes us all feel better. Reaper01.
Oh, here we
My
go.
crowning achievement in the email. Oh,
here we
boy.
go. Here we go.
Proudest Wango Tango so far. Okay, I might have to pour another shot for this one.
Oh, here we go.
A chick I added into my rotation a few months ago hit me up about a couple of days ago for some wet work. I sincerely hope that means plumbing. And I mean actual plumbing. I'm not making a euphemism. For a little background on this broad, she was a friend of a friend that briefed her on me, career goals, sexual capabilities, etc. From the moment I stepped through the door, she was on me like flies on shit. She practically dragged me up the stairs and ripped through my clothes like a starving mountain lion. Now, I'm not going to lie. This chick was the closest thing to a sexual equal that I've seen in a very long time. Afterwards, I noticed her giving me covert interview on my studies and plans for my cybersecurity career. So I decided to test her and confirm my suspicions by using the rest of the Siri kit, S-E-R-E, and went to downstairs bathroom and then dripped a few drops of Carolina Reaper oil from my small vial and left it on top of the trash. Carolina Reaper is one of the hottest peppers known to man.
Yeah, oh my God.
I want to say it's like 2.2 million Scovilles. You know that one chip challenge?
Yep.
It's a blend of that and one other
Oh, no,
spice.
thank you. On your wiener? No.
Oh, no, not on this wiener. He put it in the condom.
Oh, God, no.
A couple minutes later, I chilled upstairs watching TV as she pretty much ran downstairs, and not long after I heard a scream of the deepest pits of hell itself. I went to her and saw this chick on the kitchen floor with her entire body red as the devil's dick, pouring milk and stuffing ice up her hoo-ha. After I picked myself up off the floor from laughing, I said in my best Dave Chappelle voice, "Gotcha, bitch!" The screaming was ear-splitting, but I managed to grab her phone, turned it off, and tossed it into the tree line behind her house, then left. I've been playing the song Fire by the Ohio Players every day since then.
God damn.
Holy shit.
Jeez.
He wants me to take him out with one of these. And
Okay, we're gonna have to go with a big fuck off.
I
there
love
you
it.
go. Wow.
Wow.
I have nothing more to teach you.
That is savage.
That is a life saved, ladies and germs, because it's a life not created by a vindictive slewer.
No, in hindsight, he shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
He said, I'll call you an ambulance.
Because women being women, if it's her word against yours, yada, 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 there could possibly be some sort of an assault charge unless her friend actually has thinking meat and tells her, look, this is not the kind of thing you want going in the public record, that you stole a condom from a dude, tried to impregnate yourself with it, and you got Carolina Reapered instead.
In the grand scheme of things, I'm sure it was very painful, but it probably did minimal damage.
Temporary.
That's temporary.
Yeah. Unlike baby jail, which is 18 to 21 years of monetary discomfort and permanent until you kick your air addiction.
Well, it's 18 to 21, depending upon the state you're in.
I know. Yeah. That's why I said that.
I got you.
Daniel Away with a $20 super chat.
All right.
How extensive is your ESP? And what form does it take? Dreams, waking visions, etc.
Okay. Oh, we got a deep question here.
Oh, the ESP.
All right. I have been known to have prophetic dreams. I do have normal dreams, and there's a lot of deja vu involved. And sometimes, I'll be doing something, and I'll get like a quick flash, and I'm like, holy fuck. Holy shit. And those are the ones I pay real close attention to, because those are the ones that have saved my life in the past.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Good times. Yeah, mine are usually dreams, and then I'll have like a deja vu sensation.
Like the one of the incidents that jumps out at me is we were doing a river crossing in South America, and since I'm a really good swimmer, they're like, all right, they tied the rope to me and I had to swim across. Now, I remember them saying, well, you're just swimming right across. You don't need to take the floaty thing with you. And I'm like, I should probably take the floaty thing with me.
Probably.
And sure as shit, about 2/3 the way across, my foot got hooked in some like seaweed shit. And if I hadn't had that on, it would have killed me. Ooh. The only thing that kept my head above water was the floaty thing. And the vision I had was me drowning.
Oof.
So I was like, I pay attention to that shit.
Yeah, and that's in my like top 3 fears.
Drowning?
Drowning.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
I can
only
burning to
imagine.
death. That's I've seen guys get burned to death, and that shit is not good.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
That fucks with me every single day.
Yep. That's why I always invite you over after the bacon is cooked.
That's right.
Bar One Studios. Wait, people send drawings of butts they didn't even draw? I'm going to have to correct that. Let me dig up something to email in. Hey, I'm
All right,
all
yeah.
for it. And Michael Simmons with a $10 donation. To my fellow four-eyed brethren, I'm looking into getting prescription safety glasses, and I recommend you all do so as well. We can't lose what terrible eyesight we have left. Amen to that. And he wants double straw.
Oh!
All right, it's only a little after 9, and we did get a couple of definitions earlier.
Uh-huh.
So I figure, hey, why not share
Oh,
those
God,
before we
no.
adjourn to new tech? These are pretty nasty, I'm not going to lie to you. The Panamanian Petting Zoo.
We've seen this
When
one.
one forces one's partner to pick the nuts and corn out of a bowel movement, the partner then presents the nuts and corn in a cup or a dish. One then tosses the nuts and corn onto the bed where the partner eats them like a goat or another typical petting zoo animal.
God damn. That's terrible.
I know. This one is also known as the Alaskan Pipeline, the act of freezing a bowel movement and sexually penetrating another with a frozen bowel movement. The person has the option of following a Kentucky Klondike bar with a Panamanian petting zoo. It's the Kentucky Klondike bar.
Ugh.
Yeah, Alaskan Pipeline was the first time I heard of that one, although it requires the use of a prophylactic, if you know what I mean. It's quite disgusting.
Yeah, you think?
Cold lunch.
Oh. This is
The simple act of forcing yourself to throw up in another person's mouth, usually in the result of the other person eating it.
Yeah, that's terrible.
2 girls, 1 cup. Oh. Made it this far in my life without seeing that video. I'm glad. And last but not least, Frosty the Snowman. A game where you get 4 of your friends, mostly guys or girls, who can squirt, where you all wank off into a hat. Top hat is preferable, and the last person to finish, or the person who can't, into the hat, has to wear the hat, resembling a melting snowman.
Okay. Who the fuck thinks this shit up?
I have no idea.
Ah.
Y'all got some really strange proclivities out there, man.
You
saying.
need to, listen, you need to get busy and do something else.
Yeah.
Too much time on your hands, man.
And Irish Lover 7745 says his worst nightmare is waking up and finding out that he was experiencing the crying game the morning after.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, you wouldn't want that.
There's a lot of bad shit probably happens after something like that goes down.
That's absolutely true. All right, ladies and germs, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break so Pop can empty his squirrel bladder. We will rejoin you on New Tech, where we are going to read you the most glorious piece of hate mail with the most amazing epic takedown. It's going to be biblical.
Yeah.
If you haven't followed us before, you will see links in the YouTube chat taking you to MGTOW.tv, Rumble, Odyssey, DLive, and Twitch. Trust me, it's worth the jump. We will see you shortly.
All right.